Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, I'm Janetta, an author who loves to draw. On my channel, I focus on combining storytelling with art. If that's something you're interested in, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let's get to it. SSMD So It Begins, Chapter 39, The X Factor. Dear SSMD Advisor, let me first say that I love my husband and he's a good provider. We recently moved to another city away from all our friends and family. My husband is already making friends, but I'm not doing as well. I'm currently 8 months pregnant, so we decided I should wait until after the baby is born for me to find a job, which means I have no coworkers to befriend. Our new neighborhood consists of mostly older ladies, and while there is one neighbor that looks to be my age, she seems a bit standoffish. I have become so frustrated and lonely that I've been taking it out on my husband. He has been patient so far, but there is a strain on our relationship, and I'm not sure what I should do. Between the raging pregnancy hormones and the overwhelming loneliness, I think I'm going to spin out of control. Need your help. Lonely and Hormonal. Eva. It was the day before Kendra's charity fitness event, and I was dreading it like the plague. I attended every year as a spectator and sponsor, but had never engaged in the event. Not that I'm against physical fitness, but give me a good walk, a brief jog on a good day, or some yoga, and I'm good. This event will have me running, jumping, climbing, biking, and heaven knows what else Kendra had come up with for this year. She told me to pack a swimsuit with my gear, which increased my anxiety tenfold. I had thighs that looked good covered, but not exposed for all to see. Nevertheless, when I agree to do something, I always give it my best, and that's exactly what I plan to do tomorrow. I was also feeling a bit anxious about being Xavier's partner. I hadn't seen him since we kissed and worried that things would be a bit awkward. Will he think that I put Kendra up to partnering us together? My phone rang and the call ID read, unknown. Hello? Eva, it's Xavier. I hope you don't mind, but I asked Kendra for your number. I had no clue what else I should say. First, let me apologize for not getting in contact with you before today. I've been out of town and will get back late tonight. My heart skipped a beat. Was he about to back out of tomorrow? The disappointment I felt threw me off a bit. Oh well, if you need to back out tomorrow, that is perfectly understandable. Back out? No, I've been looking forward to this since your sister invited me. I was calling to see if you wanted to ride together tomorrow. It's senseless to take two cars. Oh, all right, that works for me. We have to leave out early though, because it's a 2.5 hour drive. Registration is from 8 to 9. I was planning to leave about 5. Not a problem. I'll be over at 4:45 so I can grab your bags. We can take my car. All right, see you in the morning. I hung up with muddled feelings. Why had I felt disappointment when I thought he would cancel? What would we talk about for 2+ hours? Would the kiss come up? I debated about getting a mani-pedi and freshening up my brows. It was for my nerves, I told myself. It had nothing to do with Xavier. 30 minutes later, I was still telling myself that as I entered the nail salon. I was in the pedicure chair when Kendra called. You're going to want to kill me, but you have to remember I'm your only sister. She didn't bother with a hello. What did you do, Kendra? For once, I can truly say that this was not my doing. Out with it, Kendra. She took a deep breath before saying, Mike is participating tomorrow. One of the volunteers must have signed him up. I just noticed his name on the roster. I immediately felt ill. A whole weekend dodging my ex? Why does this kind of nonsense always happen to me? Chapter 40. Nothing left to say. Dear Lonely and Hormonal, congratulations on your pregnancy and the upcoming birth of your new child. That is a joy and should be something you should concentrate on. No matter how hormonal you may feel, your husband should be admired for wanting to provide a way for you to stay home, to take care of yourself and the baby. I know not having adult contact throughout the day could potentially drive you stir crazy, but why not reach out to the older ladies in the community to get to know them better? The older women are probably the pillars that have held that community up for a while and could provide you with some great insight. Sure, your husband is out there bonding. Most men have the ability to establish quick male bonding moments. Rest assured that your husband is probably experiencing some nervousness and anxiety, minus the hormonal impacts. Find a special time for you and him to share in on the excitement. Keep a journal of the baby's movement that you can share with him when he gets home. Let the remaining few weeks of your pregnancy be the best that it can be, and take the time to understand your body, your man, and your baby. Hope this helps you as you discover your love for all three of them once again. The SSMD Advisor. Eva. Xavier rang my bell exactly at 4:45 the next morning. Good morning. Are you ready to roll? I handed him my large bag. I'm ready. I shut and locked my door, then followed him to his car. He opened the passenger door for me, then shut it after I was in. I watched his back view from the side view mirror as he walked away. Stop it, Eva, I said to myself when some naughty thoughts came to mind. I've been looking forward to this since Kendra invited me, he said after he pulled off. That makes one of us. I usually attend as a spectator. I was roped in as a last-minute fill-in. Hopefully I won't hold you up too much. Well, that's the beauty of this being a challenge instead of a competition. Everybody is there to enjoy themselves and to help Kendra's charity. All I ask is that you push yourself and do your best. I can agree to that. We share a smile. Conversation flowed easily between us, making the ride thoroughly enjoyable. We arrived at the training facility where Kendra booked the event. How did Kendra find this place? Xavier's eyes reflected his excitement. He eyed the obstacle course with anticipation. I think they do some of their police training here. Kendra's a police officer? Detective, actually. He pulled into a parking space and we got out. Why don't I go check our team in? No sense in both of us waiting in the line. I'll call your cell when I'm done and we can meet by the tree over there. He pointed to a large tree near the registration area. You sure you don't mind? Not at all. He grabbed his cell from inside the car. See you soon, he said before heading off. Once he left, I eyed the large and growing crowd. Was Mike already here? I prayed that I wouldn't see him at all today. I started making my way to the tree Xavier had pointed out as our meeting place. While I waited for his call, I called Kendra to let her know we had made it. I told her where I was and told her to send Simone my way so I could see her before the challenge started. Not even a minute passed before a voice from behind me greeted me. Hi, Eva. I didn't bother to turn around. Don't do this, Mike. We don't have anything to say to one another. Eva, please just hear me out. I spotted Simone heading my way, and without another word to Mike, I walked off to meet and greet her. I ignored Mike as he called out to me. We're going to talk sometime this weekend, Eva. Was that Mike I just saw? Simone asked as she greeted me with a hug. He didn't waste any time getting in your face, did he? How sad of him. It was, and I just reminded him that we have nothing left to say to one another. But enough of that. How are you, cuzzo? Are you ready for today? I'm fine, and now that I see the course, I have decided Kendra is crazy, and we are more crazy than she is for letting her talk us into this. My phone rang. It was Xavier ready to meet. Mike had walked away, so it was safe to go back and wait for Xavier. Simone came with me to meet Xavier, and I introduced them to one another. Simone gave him the look of approval. Her phone pinged, indicating she received a text. That's Kendra. I have to get back. I'll see you both later. Have fun. She hugged me again and whispered, Forget Mike. You have better things to focus on. After she left, Xavier said, Here's your number. We're number 110. They're going to call us up in groups to start the course. He held out his hand. Are you ready to do this? I put my hand in his and pushed all thoughts of Mike out of my head and said, Yes, I am. Hope you enjoyed today's story. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be and stay blessed.